Okay, there we go. Let me just find my mouse here so I can adjust my screen. So anyway, we welcome you all here. And to begin this class, I'm just going to go ahead and turn the time over to Jacy, and she's going to take it over. Oh, are you muted? Oh, you are muted. Oh my goodness, Jacy, let me unmute you. Okay, you should be unmuted.
Oh.
Are you there?
Maybe Jacy, try unmuting yourself, Jacy. You might have muted yourself.
I think she did mute herself.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Okay, try that. Now say hello.
There she goes.
Hi. Can you all hear me? I'm audible?
Yeah.
Great, fantastic. Well, good evening or good morning for you guys in the US. Good evening to everyone here in India. I'm also based in India. So this is evening time for us. As Susan introduced me earlier, so I did a certification with Dr. X before. I don't know if anyone here knows about Dr. X. He's a great, he's like, I call him like the guru of essential oils in the US. He's very knowledgeable. He's a chiropractor. He's been using the oils for so many years. He's also with the Institute of Essential Oils in the USA. And I did the certification with him almost 3 years ago. And then I also did the certification with doTERRA, I would say 2 or 3 months ago, thanks to Suzanne, who shared the link with us. So I've always been very fascinated with the natural solutions that are available to people. I grew up with a mother who was a bit hippie. She would try to give me some different herbs or homeopathy when I was young also. I've had different types of natural medicine during my childhood all the way until now. So I didn't really use a lot of antibiotics and a lot of pharmaceutical products, thanks to my mom. And doTERRA was really appealing for me because I was already certified essential oil coach, and I was looking for the best quality of essential oil. So I have tried different types of essential oils, like Indian brands, European brands. I mean, I've tried not all, but let's say I've tried quite a lot of them. None that I would say that have the same effect as doTERRA essential oil have on the body. It's very, like doTERRA has really a fast effect on the body. You can feel the purity when you ingest them. Most of the brands, I would never even dare to take one drop and drink it up. Essential oils with doTERRA, I mean, I feel very safe, very comfortable I take them every morning. I have my whole routine, which I can share later. But I do regularly every day 2 or 3 oils that I ingest, and it's very safe because they're pure, they're organic, very safe. But there's different ways to use the oil, which we will see later in the presentation tonight. For those who are wondering, obviously I'm not Indian, I do not look Indian, so I'm from Canada. I'm from Quebec City. I don't know if anyone heard Quebec or Montreal in Canada, the French part of Canada. I've been in India for about 4 years now. My husband is Indian, the main reason why I'm still here right now, even during lockdown. And I would like to share with you a bit of my passion for the essential oils. I'm a bit nervous. This is my first big official presentation for our team. So let's start with the first slide. And in the end, if you have any questions, like me, Becky, or Suzanne, we're happy to answer any questions you may have. So first of all, what is essential oils? Like most people are asking, they think, it's a massage oil, or a lot of people just relate, to aromatherapy or massage. This is not all about this, and there are many other ways to use them, which we'll see later. So first of all, what is an essential oil? This is the natural chemical compound in flowers and leaves, trees, bark, and flowers. You will see it, like the fragrance that you smell from a flower. If you touch pudina, if you touch that mint leaf, then you smell your fingers. You have that beautiful smell, this is an essential oil. If you touch, if you open an orange and you have this beautiful fragrance of an orange, which uplift your mood as well at the same time, this is an essential oil. So this is the natural chemical compound that brings beautiful smell that has also a lot of benefits in the essential oils for the body. So obviously you want it pure, you don't want to have any synthetic, you don't want to have any impure due to pesticide or any other chemical harmful ingredient may be present in the essential oils, so you want them pure. Usually they are extracted from distillation, so and then you steam, like from distillation. This is the most common one for most of the essential oils. You have also cold press, for example, for the citrus, even the coconut oil you use in India, South India. This is also cold press extraction. So the citrus, most of them are from cold press extraction. Otherwise, most of the essential oils are obtained by distillation, and they're very powerful. They have great health benefits, and it's safe to use without any side effect, without any addiction. And here you can see on the photo here, like the oil sacs of peppermint leaf. So these small sacs are what you can smell and what also have a beautiful impact, this is what is beneficial to you when you use either on your skin topically, when you ingest the essential oils. This is what will bring the health benefits to you. For the next one, so a bit of history. You know, you just hear probably like for the first time, or you haven't heard a lot about essential oils in your life, probably most of you, unless you're familiar maybe with either Chinese medicine or Indian ayurveda, because it's been used for centuries in Indian ayurveda, the traditional ayurveda from South India. It's been using it for centuries. Even nowadays, to any ayurvedic doctor who has studied authentic Indian ayurveda, they will tell you there is one whole chapter only on essential oils, how to extract them, what they are, how to use them for, and panchkarma and different types of therapy that they use in Ayurvedic medicine. Then Chinese medicine also in China, it's been used for also centuries, and it's very much part of the Chinese medicine even nowadays. It's been used for centuries. And in Egypt, they were using, for example, lavender essential oils for mummification of the mummies. And they recently found, even I think it was last year that Suzanne was telling me, they started excavating some tombs in Egypt. They found some vials of essential oils. So this is really not a new thing to use essential oil. This is just like an old knowledge coming back to life again. Thankfully, thanks for this. Thanks to doTERRA for bringing this back to life. And people also like Dr. X and everyone in our team. So we are very excited in our team to share more knowledge about the essential oils, how to use them, how they can benefit to your health. It's been used also in other civilization, like in Greek civilization, in Rome. And Romans also, when they were at war, they got hurt. For example, they were like badly wounded, and they would apply, for example, lavender that helps to heal the wounds. I mean, there are different other examples. France is one of the main country that grows lavender, and doTERRA also takes some lavender from France, but mainly from Bulgaria. So let's hear for the history part. We can go for the next one. So the natural solutions. Okay, here, if you look at this slide, modern medicine, if you compare with the natural approach, when we're talking about Ayurveda, Chinese medicine, homeopathy, chiropractic, like a lot of different and essential, like all these natural ways of taking care of your body. And when you look at the modern medicine, they will usually have a more man-produced approach. Like, so mainly they will look at your symptoms, not the cause, not what is causing those symptoms. They will just analyze the symptoms and prescribe medicine, and you go home, you get addicted to it, it creates some side effects, then you need medicine to heal the new symptoms that you have. And it's like a never-ending thing. You get addicted, and it's like you have to take them for life, or for many years if you're lucky. Otherwise, it's for life. When you look at the natural approach, there is no addiction, and you don't need to take it for your whole life. You take it for a certain amount of time, certain period of time, until your body heals itself naturally with the help of these natural directly to the root cause. So it addresses the symptoms, but it goes deeper to the root of the symptoms. So maybe a doctor also will ask you, what are you eating these days? Are you doing exercises? How is your sleep? When you take care of all your whole lifestyle, including, when you want to show interest in your whole lifestyle, not only to the symptoms, what you feel, do you have congestion? Okay, this is the medicine. No, we just take care of the whole lifestyle, and then this is how we can treat the symptoms and go deeper in the root cause of the problem to be able to eradicate that problem out of your body. So I hope this is clear. If you have questions, I'll be happy to discuss further later. So this is very safe, natural medicine, and no side effect. Here again, you see on this slide the peppermint leaf and the oil bags, which we have seen earlier in a bigger photo. If you look right below, there is the cell. So the cell wall, usually some protecting from bacteria, some other things, but some viruses can go inside. If you medicine, it might not even be able to enter these walls, go and attack that virus, kill the virus. But the essential oils, but the beauty of it, it's so natural, and it works the same as your natural body works. So it can enter the wall of these cells to go and fight the virus. So it's very, very helpful for different types of viruses that you may have, even some bacteria. Some oils are also having antibacterial, antifungal properties. And Suzanne, do you want to add something to this regarding the cell wall?
It's just so important, especially you think about where we are in our world right now. It's such a blessing to have the essential oils, and doTERRA has actually sold out last month of so many of the On Guard products because they are so great at building and strengthening our immune system. But when you want to strengthen your body or even fight an existing illness, it's so comforting to know that the oils can pass through the cell wall. Synthetics cannot pass through the cell wall. So viruses can get inside our cell wall, but we can attack those with, we can use different essential oils to support our bodies in fighting those different viruses. The little green blob is kind of like a bacterial infection. And so anything that's outside the cell wall, then our synthetic drugs can help to treat and fight that. When you have a strep throat or something like that, you can get an antibiotic and it will help because that's on the outside of the cell wall. Whereas so many viruses, such as herpes, Epstein-Barr, fibromyalgia, so many of these just reside inside the cells, and there's no really good treatment for those. But now we have the oils, which really is a great support to the body. So yeah, I'll just say that about it.
Thanks, Susan. Thanks for adding these. And if you look below the cell, you can see the cup. It's written 28 cups, peppermint tea, equal to 1 drop of peppermint. So this is just an example of how powerful 1 drop of oil is. You have, for example, lavender. You require around 3 kilos of lavender to be able to make a 15 ml bottle. So just imagine how powerful one drop is. So it's not something that you go and like, you know, you spray on your spaghetti or, you know, let's put like so many drops in my tonight before I sleep. 'Cause even if it's natural, even if it's good for the body, like everything else, when you take too much of it, it's also not good. So you always have to be careful. Usually I advise one drop, maybe two in some cases, but average is one drop, you're good to go. Even some, you might take a toothpick, just dip into it, which is not even half of one drop, depending on the purpose, what you need to use it for. So always keep that on mind. It's very important. Essential oils are very concentrated. Okay, so don't go crazy with it. I mean, go crazy, you know, for your health, but one drop at the time. And I was going to add something onto this. Oh yeah, and always dilute. I always dilute the essential oils. This we will explain it later, more in details. But it's always better to have coconut essential oils, for example, because there is no smell, but you can use almond oil or jojoba oil or even olive oil. It might, even the olive oil has a stronger smell. It might change the smell, the original smell of the essential oil, but usually we'll use coconut oil so it doesn't alter the original smell of the essential oil. And usually like just whatever amount that you need in coconut, and then you add 1, 2, or 3 drops of essential oil depending on where on your body and what you need to use it for. It can be for joint pain, it could be for, I mean, various health concerns. We will see it later. So if you look at the chart, you can see synthetic. So most of the essential oils you will find on the market are synthetic. They're not natural. Even if they claim to be pure, they're not. Even they claim to be organic, some even believe that they were organic, but they don't even realize that there's some traces of pesticide from the field where the farmer is growing these plants. So that is not synthetic. That comes with the quality of the essential oil, the purity. You have also the food grade that you can use in your food. But again, if there's some traces of pesticide, you will also have it in your body. And the therapeutic grade, this is usually what the people doing aromatherapy massages are using in spa clinics also. Most of them are good, but they're not always at the best, the highest level of purity. This is where doTERRA comes. This is the only one that has a CPTG. It means Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade Essential Oil. This is like the standard because there is no standard. There is no official. Can you maybe, Suzanne, explain this clearly? Like the purity, the CPTG, and the world of essential oil, there is no classification exactly for the grades of the oils.
So because there are over 150 essential oil companies and there's no regulation in the essential oil industry, anybody can get away with selling synthetic grade oils, and they can say that they're 100% pure. So you can go into a store. There are many like this everywhere in the world. Okay, you can go into a store and you can see frankincense sold for $10. Well, you know that is not pure frankincense oil. And many of the oils that have been tested in our in our big stores and things like that, they've been shown to have less than 5% actual oil. And then they're filled with synthetics and other harmful chemicals that frankly are harmful and damaging to our bodies. So doTERRA, when they started the company, they had seen this unethical behavior in the essential oil world already, because they had already been working in the essential oil world, and they said, we're going to start a new company and we're going to do it right, and we're going to set a standard higher than anything's ever been set before. And it's called Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade, and that means exactly what it says down here. We're going to harvest the oils in their natural habitat. They're not going to have any fillers or harmful contaminants. We're going to verify through testing that they are 100% pure, or we won't sell them. So when you get a bottle of 250 drops or a smaller 5 milliliter bottle that's a third that, You know that every drop is 100% pure oil, and there's a little number on the back that you can put into a website, sourcetoyou.com, and you can check the actual purity of your batch of oil. They're so transparent about it. They're so authentic and honest and ethical. So it's very, very different. Thank you, Jacy.
Thank you. So the CPTG, just remember this, like this is very important for you. This is one of the USP of doTERRA, to promote the purity of the essential oil. And you can always look at their result online. For each bottle has a different one. This we will go through this later. So purity matters. You know, when you're growing, harvesting, distillating, testing, every step, doTERRA is always ensuring that this is pure. There's no traces of pesticide. This is organic. So they work really closely with the farmers, and they go where the plants grow at their best. So they don't go where it's cheaper to buy lavender, for example. They're not going where it's just easy to get the plant. They go where they grow best. Most of the time, it will be where it was originated, the country where it originated, the first tree, the first flower, where it came from. Some it might be where the soil is giving the best nutrient to the plant, that provides the best health benefits that might be in one country but not entirely in another country. So they really do a lot of research before they start making one essential oil. And they work closely with there is no middleman, no one else. They go directly to discuss and deal with the farmers. They even ensure that they are using no pesticide. They're even helping them to continue using the local traditional harvesting methods. And just in India, for example, there are 6 essential oils that are in India, including lemongrass, black pepper, ginger, sandalwood. You have total of 6 essential oils that are grown with local Indian farmers that are doing organic farming, that are working closely with doTERRA to always ensure the purity. One of them is in Kerala for the lemongrass. I will even share some links later in the group. They're really, really cool to watch. Do I need to add anything on this, Suzanne? Or do you want to go to the next
think
slide?
that was perfect. Yeah.
Thank you. And for this here, how to use the essential oils. Always people think about the massage I was saying earlier. On applying topically on your skin is one of the most common way to use the essential oil. Always diluting, as I said, because one drop is very concentrated. Always dilute with a little bit of coconut oil, for example, or almond oil, any other oil that you may like. Not mustard oil in India. It's quite warm. It's quite strong. The smell is very strong. It's better to keep it just for cooking, the mustard oil. Otherwise, you can use different types of oil. And if you don't have coconut oil or you don't like the smell of coconut oil. Then you have in the diffusers. So it helps to open the airways. For example, the breathe easy that they call it in Malaysia. It's what is the name in the US? Only breath. That cleans the air. So it affects the mood. There's some citrus, if you add a few drops of lemon, wild orange, it will lift up your mood. You will feel much happier. I think I'm joking. You can even get yourself a diffuser, add a few drops, switch it on. You will see how the magic of it. Within a few minutes, you just feel it. If you don't have a diffuser, what I tell people to do, just sniff on the bottle like that, or put your finger on top. They're like this, so you have a little bit of essential oil on your finger. Smell it, or apply with a little bit of coconut oil under your nose just to smell it. If you don't have the diffuser, that's how I like to get still the benefits of the essential oils, by breathing them. So topically, this is on the skin. The T is for topically on the skin. You can apply in different areas on your body. If you have a neck pain, lower back pain, if you have some knee pain, it could be digestion. There is a digestion blend that is a mixture of different essential oils, all working fantastically and magically on the digestive system. You can apply with a little bit of coconut oil on your belly, and it does wonders. Otherwise, you can also take one internally. So in the water, if you take them internally, you may take one drop. Remember, one is enough. If you want to take more, always get advice from me, Suzanne, or Becky first, or some of your team leaders. They should know also. Usually one is enough in a glass of water. Even I take my mini shooter in the morning, one drop of, or an On Guard to make sure to boost my immunity. I put one drop directly under my tongue of frankincense oil, which boosts also the immunity, and it's reducing the inflammation on the body. It's great in the morning, empty stomach, right before your breakfast. And some oils like oregano, for example, oregano is really, really, really fantastic, especially for people who have bronchitis, who have some sinus issues. Oregano is one of the most powerful and very hot essential oil. And it might even burn your lips for the next 10 to 30 minutes. You might feel like on fire if it touches your lips or even inside your mouth. You know, you're not going to like it. I've tried it, just telling you by experience. So what is good to do is to use a veggie capsule. You open a veggie capsule, which is an empty capsule that your body can digest very easily. You add one drop with a little bit of water if you wish, or just the one drop, and you drink it. So it will not burn either your mouth or your throat or your lips. Directly to your digestive system and do the work that needs to be done. Then under the tongue, like I said, one of my favorite is frankincense. Directly under your tongue. Not all the essential oils that you can put under your tongue. So if you're not sure, I mean, there will be a training in the next few weeks also, how to use them and which one to use, like directly under your tongue, directly under your skin, or some that you should never take inside your body. Which one are best for women's health, men's health? Some different oils will be safe to use on young babies and children, but some oils we really do not recommend to use on pregnant women, young babies, and young kids. So always be careful before you suggest anyone the oils. Just ask any of your team leader. Will always be happy to guide you to make sure to use them safely. Be safe is very important with the oils. Magic, and you're gonna love them hopefully as much as we do, even more. For the next slide. So there are like 15 essential oils, like let's say like we're going to introduce you today. I'll start with the three main ones. So the three main ones are these that you get in your introduction kit. The three most commonly used essential oils. The lemon, it can cleanse your body. If you add one drop, empty stomach in morning, warm water, it's great to detox your body, flush out some toxins. And it's also good with the warm water that helps to reduce weight. I mean, there are other ways to reduce weight, obviously, but this is contributing to the weight loss. Cleaning the house, one drop, you know, with a little bit of water, and you clean something that is difficult to be cleaned. I'm telling you, it's much easier to clean it than some even detergent on the market. And citrus, being a citrus lemon, if you don't have wild orange with you and you're a bit, you know, your mood is a bit down, just sniff. I like Annelise when she sings "sniff the oils." I love to use that word. Just sniff, you know, from the bottle, or one drop with, because it can burn if you have a sensitive skin. Just a bit of coconut oil, just sniff it, or add to your diffuser, and you're gonna feel like much happier. You will see like within a few minutes the difference, because it usually takes about 22 seconds to reach the brain, the essential oil, and then about 2 minutes that is going to be in your bloodstream, and in the next 20 minutes, this is when you really feel the benefit of the essential oils. Then lavender, one of my favorite and so versatile oil that you can use in much more ways than these 3 points that you can see here. That they were using in mummification and wound healing. I use it personally. It's like a spider bite, because in Delhi there's so many mini spiders. I don't know, sleep, you wake up, you have a spider, it's itchy. Just 1 drop you can apply directly without even diluting it. It will stop the itchiness. It also calms the mind. So if you feel a bit stressed, anxious, nervous, sniff the oil like Annelise would say, or apply 1 drop directly under your nose, under your temples. I always tell people 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You get like the best benefit. If you do like these 5 points, it's best before sleep. It will help you to relax and easily get into a good and deep sleep. You'll feel like a baby, fresh in the morning. Smoothing the burns, like I was saying earlier, even a sunburn, it really helps. I made my own sunscreen with different natural ingredients, including lavender essential oils. So it's great for the skin also. And peppermint different, it's very versatile. So there are many different uses that you can do. Oh, by the way, lavender, you can also use it in cupcakes. 1 drop in your tea before you sleep, you know. There are different ways you can, I mean, I can go on and on. So peppermint.
Uh-oh.
I mean, most people know. What?
Oh, we lost you for just a minute.
And when you're thinking about peppermint, you think about toothpaste, right? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you think about toothpaste or like the candies, you know, minty candies, but there are also other properties if they're pure and they're essential oils. I don't drink coffee because my body personally does not react very well with coffee, and green tea can have similar effect on my body than coffee if I use it at certain times in the day. So I love peppermint oil for that. It wakes you up, not like, ooh, like when you drink coffee, but it wakes you up in a very beautiful, natural way. I apply 1 drop directly on my finger, then I rub on each side and I sniff it. But some people, if you have sensitive skin, I would maybe suggest to dilute a little bit with coconut oil. You really feel it, you know, like that freshness, a bit like a cooling effect. And within a few minutes, you just feel so awake. Some days I'm like on my laptop and doing some work and I feel so sleepy. Sniffing the oil and applying it on your temples does magic. And then it cools down the body also. So in India, I know very hot summers, you have your spray bottles. Better not to use plastic because some essential oils can burn the plastic. It's better if you use a glass bottle, spray bottle. You add water to it, a few drops of peppermint, you shake it, then you spray it on your neck, you know, on a bit of the top of your shoulders. You will feel so refreshed. It really helps to cool down the body. Also, 1 drop of essential oil in a small glass of water. It tastes good. It brings a good breath. And what I like that it really helps to reduce the heat in the body. You call it pitta in Ayurveda. Really cools down the heat in your body. I use it officially in summertime. And then it relieves tension as well. Like yesterday, one of my friends called me, Richard, and he said, like, I have a headache, Jacy, tell me what to do. I have some oils. I said, just take 1 drop of peppermint, apply it on your temples here, sniff it, and relax for 5 minutes. And he said, he called me after half an hour, oh my God, Jacy, it worked. So I was like, yeah, obviously, like it's. So he was so surprised that the oil worked and so quickly. I mean, you just learn how to play with them. You can also cook. I made some homemade chocolate with dark cocoa powder, like 100% organic, pure cocoa powder. I mixed with a bit of coconut oil, a bit of water. I added a few drops of peppermint essential oil, and then you get that minty chocolate, homemade. You can add a bit of brown sugar. I prefer it really, really bitter, but it's up to you. But it's great. You can add it also to food. Always one per portion. So if you use essential oil, always think how many people are there, how many people are going to eat one portion, like how many portions will you give to each person? That would be about 1 drop per person maximum when you're cooking. That sounds right. Suzanne, I think you want to add anything, or do you want to go on with
Yeah,
the next
I
oils?
will. Thank you, Jacy. That was absolutely wonderful. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and your expertise. I will just say something about these three before I move to the next slide, because these are the three together that convinced me about the efficacy of essential oils, because I had really, really bad seasonal allergies and I was on 3 synthetic drugs, medications when I began in doTERRA. And these three in a recipe together helped me to really it gave me support for my body to really be able to fight those seasonal allergies. And after using them for many, a long, long time, I was able to get off my medications, which was really, really amazing for me. And I've been healthier ever since. So thank you for that again. Let me just talk a little bit about protection and immunity. I don't think there's ever been a time in the world when building and strengthening our immune systems has been more important than it is right now, right? And so On Guard is such a huge benefit to us because it's actually called the protective blend. It protects us against all of the environmental threats that are out there because it helps to strengthen and build our immune system. One of the things that I love about it the most is I have a tendency to get sore throats really easily. I think it's because I live in a very dry climate, but also because when I sleep, I breathe through my mouth. And so my throat just gets irritated very quickly, and yet On Guard just will take that right away. It'll just help to soothe my throat and help to give me the protection that I need in my throat so it doesn't get worse and I don't get something more serious. It's also very good for cleansing and sanitizing. If you look at Melaleuca, it's also antiviral, antibacterial. It's really called tea tree. It comes from Australia. People use it intermittently, Melaleuca tea tree. doTERRA just recently started putting, right, you can see on the bottle there, it says Melaleuca tea tree below. Now it will say tea tree with Melaleuca below. So they kind of have changed that a little bit, but it's really good for the skin irritations, any kind of fungal thing going on with your skin. It really helps to reduce blemishes. Again, it's another oil that helps to strengthen your immune function. If you really want to strengthen your immune function, you can take a veggie cap. It's just a little capsule, empty, and you can put some On Guard, a drop or two of On Guard, Melaleuca, and oregano, and take that down, and it's really, really strengthening for your immune system if you do that on a regular basis. Then we have oregano. Jacy already talked about this a little bit. Super hot, super potent, super strong. One of the oils that you have to dilute if you're going to ever use it on the skin. If you take it internally, it can burn your mouth. So usually for me, if I ever want to take oregano, I always put it in a capsule and swallow it down with food and with a lot of water because it can really affect your whole gastrointestinal system, your whole system. It can like burn if you're not really, really careful. But it's very powerful, and it's definitely antibacterial, antiviral. And so these three would be the oils that you would use for protection and immunity. I want to just talk really quickly about Copaiba. Powerful, powerful essential oil. It comes from a tree in Brazil. We've only had Copaiba in doTERRA for a few years. It's got really, again, high antioxidant benefits. The thing I love about Copaiba is it supports so many systems of the body. It supports the cardiovascular system, the immune system, the digestive system, and the nervous system. And it helps with inflammation in our bodies, which almost all illness and disease that we have in our bodies starts from inflammation, usually in the gut. So this really helps with that inflammation, which then cuts down on all of those problems that we can have. Frankincense and copaiba are very similar in their chemical makeup, but copaiba is about half the price of frankincense. Frankincense is known as the king of oils. It's incredible. I use it every day. Dr. Hill recommends to use it every day, but it's expensive. So I actually get it on my points. Becky will explain how to earn points a little later on. I buy the more expensive, I get all of my expensive oils for free, well, you know, by saving up my points. So, but frankincense is really good for healthy cellular function and for the nervous system. So when people start to have degenerative chronic issues, they really turn to copaiba and frankincense, especially for help and support. It's also very good for the skin. It's in a lot of the skincare products. And it's also good for the emotions. So frankincense is like good for everything. It's super, super healing. Oh, let me go over here. Okay, this says relief, relief, and more relief. And the reason is these 3 oils give you relief. Now, Breathe and Deep Blue, we would not take those internally. Those are oils that we're going to want to use topically and aromatically. Digestin is one that is registered for internal use in the US. I need to check and see, because I know in the Philippines, they have now registered 10 oils for internal use, but I'm not sure about Malaysia. But in the United States, we take Digestin internally. Breathe is called the respiratory blend because it helps to maintain feelings of clear airways. So if you want to open up airways up in your head and your sinuses, you're going to want to inhale that through your nose. If you want to clear the airways down in your chest, then you're going to want to inhale. You're going to want to plug your nose and inhale through your mouth, and then it goes more down into the chest. So this can also help to alleviate those seasonal threats and help when you feel any kind of congestion or kind of those illnesses. Deep Blue is our soothing blend. It's really good for calming and comforting when we have sore and achy muscles and joints. It really helps to alleviate that kind of pain that we experience for any kind of joint or muscle pain. Very, very soothing. People use it after workouts, before workouts, or for any of those kinds of issues to give support to the body for things like arthritis, tendonitis, carpal tunnel. Again, not to cure, but just to give support and to alleviate the pain that we can feel from those things. Digestin for everything for the system. It can be anything from an upset stomach to even more chronic issues that people develop over time with digestion. This was the oil that my son, who's now a presidential diamond, he was studying to be a doctor. Actually, had taken the prerequisites and had just gotten home where he'd lived for 2 years in Brazil. He'd had 7 years of digestive issues, really chronic. And this was the oil that he started taking under his tongue and rubbing on his abdomen. And within 2 weeks, he hadn't had a balanced or a healthy digestive system for about 8 years. And he called me after 2 weeks of using this. I wasn't even using the oils yet. And he said, "Mom, you're not going to believe this. My digestive system has completely turned around." And he's still to this day, he uses this oil after every meal. It just helps to balance and regulate the digestive system. So you can see here, it reduces things such as bloating, gas, indigestion, which can cause us a lot of pain and discomfort. I just want to mention these 3: emotional support, balance, wild orange, and serenity. These are kind of 3 of the most, like, people will buy the kit with the 10 most commonly used oils, which are the 10 that I just showed you. But then they'll turn to these usually on their next LRP order, because balance is very grounding and calming. When I use it, every morning after my shower, I put it on the bottoms of my feet and I inhale it. And it just helps me to stay grounded, to not feel out of control with my emotions or with my, you know, if I feel like overwhelmed, it helps me to calm down and to just bring me, you know, to a peaceful place. Serenity, also very calming. It's really great if you have a lot of anxiety and stress. Then you just put it on. You can put both of these on, again, topically and aromatically, not internally. These are oil blends. Serenity is called the restful blend because it helps us to just feel more at rest. People use it at night to help them to go to sleep, to help them sleep deeper. In the US, there's a soft gel that you can take internally that's really great. But these two oils you're going to want to use topically and aromatically. Wild orange you can take topically, aromatically, or internally in your water, or, you know, take it under your tongue. It's energizing. It helps you to, people often combine it with peppermint to wake up in the afternoon. It really is powerful in antioxidants. All of the citrus oils are cleansing for the body. They help to cleanse the petrochemicals when you put them in your water, or when you take them internally, it helps to clean our bodies. So I use citrus oils every day in my water without fail. Super, super great. Okay, I think the next one, we're going to turn the time over to the amazing, oh, no, I have a few more. Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry, I forgot about these. I just want to introduce you to a few more products that are available in the Malaysia market. So many of you know that we're planning to pay for the shipping and fly people to Malaysia to pick up the market. They have a beautiful office there that you're going to want to all see. But this is one of the facial systems that is available. There's also called the Essential Skincare line that I love as well, and that's also available. But this one is so beautiful, the Virage, and it can really help with the cleansing, the toning, you know, the hydrating serum, and then the moisturizer. It's really a beautiful facial system. These are the spa products. So just so you know, all of these are available in Malaysia except the body butter and the body scrub, but everything else, the soap, the bath bars, the lip balms, the doTERRA spa lotion, the hand and body lotion, the mud mask, and the body wash are all available for you in the Malaysia market. Now, I'm going to be shipping some products from the US, but those will mainly be kits and enrollments and LRP orders and things like that. But I'm super excited for you to experience some of these spa products. And then
I want to say that my mom loves the mud mask. She keeps on buying it over and over. She really loves it.
Oh, it's really good for the skin. And then all of these hair care products, like in the Philippines, they only have shampoo and conditioner, but in Malaysia, they also have the glaze, which, you know, you put on your hair to help. If you have super curly hair, it can calm it down, or you can use it before you blow dry your hair. And then the root to tip serum gives incredible moisturizing and healthy nutrients to your scalp and to your hair. So all of these are available in Malaysia. I was super excited about that. Again, Jacy introduced this kit to you. It's called the introductory kit, lemon, lavender, and peppermint, because these are the three most common oils and the most important oils to have on hand. They're good for so many things. They have so many chemical compounds that you can use them in a variety of ways. So this is just a little intro kit that doTERRA offers. That's quite inexpensive. It's just $20 in the US, and I should know how much that is in rupees, but I don't. But a lot of people are going to be enrolling with their $35 enrollment fee, and then just buying this little kit to start out with, just the lemon, lavender, and peppermint. So they have a few oils to start. It's a great way to get started. So now I think we're officially turning the time over to Becky. I'll let you take it over. If she's there. Are you muted, Becky?
She is.
Oh, she is muted. Okay, let me unmute you. There you go. Are you there? Oh, you're still muted. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Two-step process, I guess. Everyone, thank you so much for your patience and waiting for me to start talking. Me and Larry. It's already 8 o'clock, or already an hour into this, and I just would like to ask for just a few more minutes to go through the most important part of this whole presentation. And as any of you who are on this call right now are probably wanting to do this as a business, and this part of the class is where the magic really begins. into being able to help people get the beautiful oils and understand how they're going to really support the financial aspect of your company. And so we're not going to show you how to enroll today or anything like that. We're going to ask you to, if any of the guests are on here today, we would like you to ask who invited you to come onto this class and talk with them afterwards. And or you can talk with me privately and we'll get you fixed up with one of the leaders. So basically I have, this is a lifestyle chart that we love to talk about. This lifestyle chart is how to get the oils in your life. Like, where are you going to use them? So we always like to look at, Jacy had mentioned this earlier, what is your eating habits? What are your exercising habits? What are you doing for rest and managing your stress? And actually the toxic load can be anything from the paint on the walls of our houses to the roads and the exhaust from the cars. So there's a lot of stuff that we can't even prevent in our environment as we live today. So we usually like to start talking to people about, if you were to look at how you eat, what is your eating like? Do you eat very healthy, or do you like to eat fast food or processed food that you can buy in the store, candies, cookies, things like that? Rate yourself between 1 and 10, 1 being really bad, like you just eat cookies every day, and 10 being you eat lettuce and salad and green vegetables and you just eat a nice balanced diet. And if you said 7 or 8, then I will ask you, what would it take to get you to a 9? What would it take to get you to be one more step better and taking care of yourself and being proactive in your health care? And then a lot of people say, well, I can't, eat very well because my stomach hurts all the time, or I can't do this. So that's where the oils come in. So go ahead and switch the slide, Suzanne. We like to say, what are your top health priorities? So if you, all of you on this call today, if you can just take 1 minute and think about what are things that you want to work on? What are some of the things that you really have been struggling with a lot for a long time? Some people on this call had already chatted a little bit about diabetes or high blood pressure, or we've talked about having an upset stomach. So those are some things that in a class we like to have people talk about or write down. And then I usually ask, what do you want to feel more of? Like, how long has it been since you've been struggling with this issue? And really, when people talk about, wow, I didn't realize I've been dealing with this for 10 years. If you think about how long you've been dealing with diabetes or something, it really can be taxing to your body. And how much has that cost you, really, when you think about the amount of work you've lost, your energy, your happiness? How much has that cost you in your life? And being present to really, there's, a lot of people would do anything to get their health back. Because really, if you don't have your health, what do you have? You can't work. You can't enjoy your life, right? And so really take a minute and think about what those things are and write them down. And we would love to work with you individually on what oils could be to help you in that those areas of your life. So go ahead and switch the next slide, Suzanne. So I know we've talked about a lot of different oils, and we've talked about a lot of different things, and a lot of you probably are going, whoa, there's so much to know, so much to think about. And yeah, there is a lot. And we have some really beautiful tools. Like, I don't know if you guys can see my screen here on the little screen, but we have like these books, and there's an app that you can actually download on your phone that you can look up, like diabetes. And you can actually see what the oils are to be recommended to work on with that wellness concern. And so we will go through and sit down with people in a class and help them figure out what the oils would be for them. And then the next question people usually ask is, what is it? How do I get started? I need these oils now. I want to get them now. And there's 3 ways you can actually purchase the oils. Way number 1 is you can buy them retail. And there's some handouts on price lists and stuff that we can share with you. Maybe Suzanne, I don't know if you want to upload them to the chat so people can have those. Some of the guests that are here with us today, I'm not sure if you want to do that. But retail price, you can buy it. But I say, why would you want to buy retail if you can get them at 25% off? Like, come on, everybody. 25% off is huge, and it adds up, especially in our economy right now. Everybody is suffering. And not only are we suffering with our finances, but we got these issues going on that we're getting depressed and being locked down. It's very, very much a difficult time. So if you can get a wholesale account, there is a membership fee. US dollars is $35 membership fee to enroll for a membership. And that will give you 25% off everything you order for the rest of the year. So it's a year-long membership. The next year it's renewed for $25, and they'll give you a free oil. So I believe that Indian rupee, it's 22.55 Indian rupees for the conversion. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody. Also, one of the other ways of having a wholesale membership is you can join. You don't have to do this, but you can jump on the loyalty reward program. And the loyalty reward program we'll go into in just a minute, but it's really valuable. You get deeper discounts. Now, the last way you can join, or the best way, I have to say, you can join is a wellness advocate. And a wellness advocate is what Jacy, Suzanne, and I, and Anand, we're wellness advocates. And a wellness advocate, we get all those other benefits. We get 25% off. We get the loyalty reward program benefit, as well as we can earn an income sharing oils with others for their health and their wellness. And even if others would like to do the financial benefits too, to earn an income, it's all part of that process. So we're asking today if you'd like to join as a wellness advocate to take on and take control of your health as well as your finances. Okay, the next slide. Here is the chart that we're talking about on the loyalty reward program. And the loyalty program is a loyalty reward program, meaning the longer you stay on it, the more you're going to get rewarded. And so if you're staying on it the first 3 months, every $100 you spend, and I don't know if that is in Indian rupees, I really have to get that conversion figured out. What is Jacy, if you can look it up for me, or on it and text, type in the thing for everybody. But 100 US dollars, you get $10 back, or 10% back. So if you spend on the next 4 months, 4 to 6 months, it's 15%. 7 to 9 months, 20%. So the longer you're in on the loyalty reward program, up to 13 months, you actually get 30% back above and beyond the 25% wholesale. So it actually can equal 55% back. So people say, gosh, the oils are expensive. But yeah, if you can actually dig into this program, and maybe some months you can't spend a whole bunch of money, but just buy a capsule or something. So there's ways to do that. So Larry looked up the Indian rupee for 100 US dollars, 1,565. Oh, Jacy says you got that in there. Okay, so the next part really quick here is to maximize the loyalty reward program. If you see on this chart below it says maintain the loyalty reward points, you need to spend at least one thing. It could be a very minimal item, but just one thing to keep that bank account like open. If you miss a month, it will close the bank account. You can start over again. So there's no obligation. You don't have to stick on the program. You can cancel it. But at the same time, this is where the business part is. We get paid commissions on the loyalty reward program. So as you're sharing with others, you're going to want them to see the value of the deeper discounts that they get. At 50 PV points, then you can your points will increase. At 100 PV, you will earn commissions. So if you are sharing with others, you're going to want to keep your loyalty reward program at 100 PV. And then at 125 PV, doTERRA does this awesome thing. You get a free product of the month at 125 PV. And also some months they move it up to 200, where maybe you get a free frankincense, which is, oh my gosh, it's like a $75 oil. It's very expensive, so it's really wonderful to get that as the free oil from time to time. Okay, next slide. And here are the kits. These are the special enrollment kits for getting, we can get these oils out of Malaysia. And these are enrollment kits that we would suggest that you would look at to consider when you're ready to join, when lockdown is over. We want you to be able to start getting these kits. Now, Suzanne did mention that she's going to try to ship some from the United States. And like she said, it's very expensive. I just shipped something out yesterday, and it was like $170. It was very expensive. So we can ship somebody to Malaysia on the plane for $200 and get 15 kits. So when lockdown is open, that's going to be the preferred method I think we're going to take on. But anyway, you're going to want to look at these kits. And what's really cool about these kits, you guys, is that we were talking about the membership fee being $35, or what was that Indian rupee? $35, 22. Anyway, 35 US dollars is waived. You don't have to pay that if you purchase the kit. So if you go through and wait to get started, get a kit, and that $35 fee will be waived. So that's really pretty awesome. And then you get a nice, beautiful set of oils to use to share and to smell and experience yourself. So Indian rupees, it's again 2,700 Indian rupees that we were talking about. So these kits.
Can I just say something about this really quickly? Because
Yes, please.
I do want you to know that if you're going to order from the US and enroll in the US, these kits are available too in the US, but they're not enrollment kits. So if you, and the enrollment kits have diffusers, the ones that have the most commonly used oils. And we're not shipping diffusers because even more than the oils, to get electronics through the customs is you probably have to pay a big fee and they might confiscate them. When we were shipping to Brazil and the Philippines, we never shipped diffusers. So when you go to Malaysia, if you have room, you can pick up diffusers, but until the market opens in India, we're just gonna try to do these kits. So if you do enroll and you want us to ship it, these kits do not include the $35 enrollment fee. So you would need to pay the $35 enrollment fee and then buy one of these kits, but it's cheaper than an enrollment kit. So the price, you know.
And I want just to say one word on that. I got one from Malaysia, a diffuser. It works very well, but I had to buy an adapter because like I could not even plug it in the Indian plug on the wall. So you also need to think about that.
Right, so we recommend you just go on Amazon or some of your Shopee sites that you have in India, and there's many good diffusers there. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that, Becky, because we just enrolled someone yesterday and they wanted the Family Essentials kit, so we did the $35 enrollment, and then we had to, you know, do the Family Essentials kit separately. So
And that's just because we're on the global market right now. So because India has not opened up, this is really powerful, you guys, because India, we do not have a distribution center in India. We are talking to you now because we want you guys to be able to have an opportunity to grow your business for everybody else. We want to bring you this opportunity to make it very powerful for you. And I know I have somebody on the call right now that's in South Africa. So it's the same thing in South Africa. Actually, South Africa does have a distribution center, so it's a little bit different there, and they can ship and deliver oils. So right now we are in a little bit of a holding pattern, but we're doing everything we can to get you the oil so you can experience it and start building your business. And so when India opens, you're going to be like there. You've done all the work, you've done all that, and it's also becoming a pioneer. So it's not going to be easy sometimes. Like right now, we just get started and all of a sudden lockdown happens. So it's not, you know, a little bit of challenges will happen. So, you know, having that strength and that perseverance behind you is going to go a long ways. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. These two are the enrollment kits that you were talking about, Suzanne, that we can get from Malaysia.
that do include the $35 membership.
Yeah. So these do include the $35 membership fee. So if you wanted to get this kit, the one is the Aroma Touch kit, which is a beautiful set. It comes with a fractionated coconut oil plus 3 more oils: the cedarwood, the cypress, and the frankincense. And so it's just a beautiful set. I'm a certified Aroma Touch technician, and when we come to India, I can't wait to show you guys this technique. We can set up a class on learning how to do the Aroma Touch technique, and it's just a beautiful way to experience the oils. Also, the Family Essentials kit is usually the most popular kit. It comes with 10 essential oils, actually 11 with the Smart and Sassy and the fractionated coconut oil. So you can see the prices on these here as well. Now, these are 15 ml bottles of oil, and just so you know, one of the things to keep in mind, there's 250 drops in those oils, and 250 drops is a lot. It will go a long way. So when people look at this, go, oh my gosh, think about how, you know, 1 drop a day will last you almost a year. So if you think about that, that's really powerful.
Becky, these are all 5 milliliter bottles.
These are even the families. Oh, I apologize, you guys. So that's 75 drops to 80 drops or so in those bottles. Okay, next slide. trying to go fast. So, and this year on the website, you've got everything. There's so many fun things you can do with the oils. You can make lots of different things. So as you start to experience the oils and learning how to use them in your life, from cleaning products to spa products to, the list goes on. You can cook with the oils. You can, there's so much you can do with the oils. So here's just a sampling of DIYs that you can actually do. DIY in the United States means do it yourself. And so tons of videos, lots of fun things you can do. And we always love having classes with making things for like the holidays and Mother's Days and stuff like that. Okay, next slide. Just really
okay. We weren't going to do the compensation plan, but I forgot to stop these slides. But do you want to say anything about this really quick?
No? I think what we should do, because we've gone on quite some time now, we can actually privately talk with everybody. If they have questions on this, I think that will be fine.
Let's go to this.
Yep. So the reason why the Founders Club, if you want to go back to the other slide, this, everybody, you guys, this is just incredible opportunity to be part of the Founders Club. And the Founders Club is usually about the first 25 to 30 people, 20 to 30 people. We're not sure how many are going to be in India. We do know in South Africa, it was the first 20 people, and they still have all those seats open. The way to get to become a founder is to build up to the gold level. And that's how it's been in the other countries, but we're not 100% sure if that's going to be what's going to be in India. They will announce that probably towards the end of the year. But we know it's at least gold. So if you can try to go on, and we will talk about the compensation plan and how you can actually get to these levels quickly. That would be probably another class. So yeah, so do you guys have any questions or anything?
Let me stop sharing my screen. And I'm going to